Right, it's morning now. We've arrived, we've unpacked, we've put everything away, and this is what we wake up to. Is this not just glorious? The dogs are out for their morning constitutional, and I'm making breakfast. This is just why we come here, just days like this. This morning we've got the sails on, and what's the next task you want to do, Andrew?
Well, I've got a Wi-Fi extender for the chart plotter, which is a B&G Zeus 7. This was the original Zeus, and it didn't come with Wi-Fi built in. I'd like to be able to use the Wi-Fi to see the chart plotter on my iPad. Not so much for on-deck navigation, because the chart plotter is right here beside me. It's no problem, it's down below in a gale or rain. It would be really good to be able to see what the boat's doing, because the chart plotter is telling me I can't see it down below. I don't have any kind of second chart plotter down below. So the idea is that the iPad will do that job. Just make me a bit more comfortable when we're all battened down in a gale, which in Scotland isn't that infrequent. So yeah, that's today's task.
And the Wi-Fi that you've got, is that a specific one for your B&G, or
Yes,
would
it's a B&G make called GoFree. It's I don't think it's even made any. No, it must be made, because yeah. Still made, I think, but I was in the end looking for old stock, so maybe it's not made anymore, because I think most of the others of the Zeus 2s and 3s had the Wi-Fi built in, because everybody wanted it. So all I'm doing is taking our older Zeus, which otherwise hasn't changed very much at all, to be a bit more modern and help the way I said.
Now, the boat originally came with a Raymarine system, a Raymarine chart plotter. Could that, can you get a Wi-Fi for that, or would that be just a completely new?
No, the Raymarine of that age just didn't even have that, because the Raymarine was older than the B&G Zeus, and the idea that you would have a chart plotter putting out Wi-Fi so that your iPad could see it predated probably iPads. So yeah, it just wasn't a thing. So as this sequence went, didn't exist, chart plotter was in the cockpit, then the add-on Wi-Fi to take it to an iPad or phone started, and now as I say, it's built in.
So what are you? How are you going to install the Wi-Fi? What exactly are you going to be doing?
I'll take the binnacle apart, take it off, and see how much space I have. If there is space for the Wi-Fi extender, then it's an easy plug-in. If it's not, and I have to put the system down below in the back of the cockpit or in the lazarette, then it's going to be a much longer job with extending the wires and putting Ethernet between it and the back of the chart plotter. So I've really just got to take it apart and see what we've got room for. So I might have to put the table down. I gotta remember a lot. This sealed cabinet isn't difficult to get apart. 6 captive bolts.
That's quite a big box to fit in there.
Yeah.
Is it just a small?
It's a horrible feeling that this isn't going to fit. When the boat is not 400 miles away. So it's not just a pop down in the evening to measure anything up. You're kind of guessing the whole time what will fit and what won't.
Mind you, there's a lot of packaging in amongst that.
Yeah, but even so. So this is the little unit. It's not huge, but it might just be too fat. As it mounts that way. The aerial sticks down or up, usually down. And there's the cables to go in. Just got to see what space we've got. So I'm taking 6 screws out. All the wiring. It's not going to fit there or there.
Can it go upside down so the aerial's poking down?
Oh, sorry, it's down, but it's the width that's not right.
Oh, I see. Is that a possibility then, if it's vertical in between the two moulding for the stainless steel arch? But then it's just a case of all those wires trying to... Now that was our external transmitter for temperature, to give us a temperature, but that's not an essential item, is it? We can take that out and that should give us more space. I'm sure that's all soft. You can.
That there is there, of course.
Yes.
There, that's there. So that will still fit if that doesn't get disturbed. The big question is how to put this so that when it closes, I've got enough space. Be down more like that. I can move these wires. I can move these wires over out the way. Something to fit it this way. Do you know what I didn't bring? I didn't bring any 3M tape.
Right, that's it? That was all it took?
That's right back to its place. It's not even
Can you just pull it forward so that we can show everybody? There we go. There it is. And that was some sellotape sticky fixers that and it's not really going to go anywhere with all that the wiring.
Close by. And there's wiring coming out here, but that going down to here, so it will run this way in the space. It'll be alright. Just another wire to add to all this wiring.
Right.
Okay, so it just needs to sit.
Just off centre.
No, I'm going to get a pencil so it goes right. I'm not doing this because I'm going to put a lot of pads to stick it.
So you're just covering that completely with as many of these sticky pads as possible.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of weight in it. It's not that heavy, but let's just make sure it doesn't move.
So this cable came as part of the Wi-Fi package.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to buy that separately.
No, it's all there. We'll have to find out which plugs we need to.
Now we're watching the Wi-Fi repeating down below, and we can see some wind speed which we've never seen before in the chart plotter. So the NEMA converter is working, and that's brilliant. We can see what the, I think what we got, apparent wind angle and the true wind speed showing up there. And we're sitting down below watching all this. We don't need to be upstairs in any bad weather. Brilliant. You've managed to get a link to work now on your iPad. Can you tell everybody what it was that had happened that caused your iPad not to pick it up?
Turns out that the Link app itself needed a setting to allow local access network. And it was just a case of switching it from off, which had obviously gone in to when it is how it installed it, but because it was off, it then couldn't see the network. You could see, you could see the network, it couldn't see the B&G itself.
Right, so that was in settings.
Okay. Yes, settings, going all the way down the list until you could see the app link, and as soon as you could press that, it allowed you to put a local network. And rather annoyingly, I'd been into settings so many times of the wireless network to see whether that was the mistake, and couldn't see any difference between your iPad and my iPad or my phone. So one installation somehow changed what it was, how it was, the app was set up. So it all
works and it's looking good.